The battle between truth and falsehood is never ending. One of the three things that has no respect for anybody is the truth. I want to tell you about two prophets and one minister. Prophet Musa والسلام, was very, very fortunate, and he was brought up from the palace of Fir'aun. That was the reason why they said Musa والسلام, was very huge and giant. But when the truth came to Prophet Musa والسلام, Allah sent him to Fir'aun. So when he went to disseminate the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Fir'aun, Fir'aun rejected to the extent that Fir'aun wanted to kill him. But the death of Fir'aun was caused by Musa alayhi salatu wasalam when Fir'aun and his armies were following and pursuing Musa and his followers through the sea, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drowned Fir'aun. I want to ask you, was Musa alayhi salatu wasalam an ingrate? Was he ungrateful to Fir'aun? Lahnatullahi alayhi. Abu Lahab was benefactor of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Lahab freed a slave woman because of the birth of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This woman breastfed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a few days before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was handed over to Alima as-Sadiyah. But when the truth of Islam came, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam invited Abu Lahab to the fold of Islam, but Abu Lahab rejected. When Abu Lahab rejected, he also engaged in persecution of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu and his followers, to the extent that the Prophet sallallahu had to migrate to Medina. When they migrated to Medina, they still didn't satisfy with him. And there was a battle, the battle of Battle, the first battle between truth and falsehood. That was where Abu Lahab was perished. Can we say the Prophet ﷺ caused the death of Abu Lahab? Can we say the Prophet ﷺ was an ingrate? But the battle between the truth and falsehood is never ending. If someone is not in support of the truth, that person is an enemy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Malcolm X was the beneficiary of Elijah Muhammad. In fact, Elijah Muhammad trained Malcolm X to become a minister in the Nation of Islam. But the Nation of Islam has nothing to do with Islam. It is not Orthodox Islam. It is not even Islam. But Malcolm X saw the beauty of Islam and embraced Islam. He made the Hajj and changed his name from Malcolm X to Al-Hajj Malik Sabas. So when he came back, he discovered that what his benefactor, Elijah Muhammad, was telling them not to do, he himself was engaging in it. That is, he was having indecency cohabitation with his secretaries. So Malcolm X has to expose him and talk about it. Later on, Malcolm X was assassinated. But what I'm saying is that for him to have exposed, because any indecency cohabitation in Nation of Islam, it is worthy of exposure. So something that is worthy of exposure, if someone is engaging in it, whether the leader or the followers, you have to expose such a person. So can we say Malcolm X was an ingrate or a traitor? According to Louis Farrakhan, he said Malcolm X was a traitor. Many people say Malcolm X was he didn't respect his own benefactor. So the truth and falsehood, the battle between them is never ending. So whenever there is truth, when you know the truth is going to make you sometimes to talk about the indecency of people, of immorality of people. That was exactly what Malcolm X did. With all I talked about, Musa والسلام, and Malcolm X, it is not left for you to judge whether the three people I talk about, they were ingrate or they were trying to practice Islam the way it was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, or the way it was revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or they were ingrate. You are the judge.